Hello everyone, welcome back to cosolix. I'm your host cosolix, and today we're doing a Katars guide in Brawlhalla. So I'm going to tell you everything you need to know to improve at Katars. If you're a gold player, silver player, plat, diamond, this video is for you. If you're above that, you probably know the stuff I'm talking about in this video. So it's more of a beginner's guide, but we're going to be talking about every single move, why to use the moves, the combos you need to know, some tight strings you need to know for a Katars player, and generally, how do you play Katars? Let's get right into this. But by the way, if you want to improve at Brawlhalla, subscribe to cosolix. We have tons of content to help you improve at Brawlhalla, so you're going to want to subscribe if you want to improve. Okay, now let's get right into this. So we're in training. What we're going to want to do is switch over to the CPU control mode, set them in the center of the map, go to the bottom, damage reset on, position reset on, go back to the top, go back to player mode, and then switch the tab. And then what you're going to want to do, item spawning off, hurt box is on, hitbox is on, stun on, and damage on. You don't need to have the hurt boxes on and the hitboxes on, but I'll just keep the hitboxes on so it looks clean. And then last thing, give yourself Katars if you don't already have. Here you can give yourself weapons. So now the bot's gonna be in the center of the map and you can do your combos, even though I just whiffed it there. But yeah, there's a one dodge frame combo we'll be talking about later. Let's talk about the moves first. So the grounded moves, we got End Light. This is your like anti-stacked move. You can kind of see it's a little bit in front, but it's like that's stacked. It's like on your hurt box. Actually, I'm going to turn the hurt boxes on just to show you. See how the hitbox, the purple circle, is in the green slash yellowish muddy green circle. So that means the cover is stacked. So if you're like on top of your opponent, you can End Light. And that's what stacked is. So End Light is your stacked string starter. It doesn't have true combos out of it, but it does have strings, which we can talk about, like End Light D-Light, End Light Nair, End Light Recovery, End Light Ensig. There's tons of options that come out of End Light that they're not true combos. Then you have Side Light. This is your true combo starter. So this is how you're going to get the true combos, like Side Light End Light and Side Light Down Light. And then you have Down Light. Down Light is your anti-air, really quick diagonal option. It's kind of picks up stacked. Yeah, it does, but not like incredibly from behind. But End Light doesn't either. So stacked option, not stacked option, but almost stacked option too. Like look at where it picks up. It covers stacked once you start moving. So everything's really close to Katar players. So that's one thing to keep in mind is the Nair is really close, the Sair is really close, the ground pound's close, the recovery is close. Everything is almost stacked. So when you're playing Katars, you want to be on top of your opponent. You want to be in this stacked close area. You have to be close enough to punish properly. So that's something with positioning. So for Lance players, maybe you're back here, but Katars players, you're going to want to be over here. And that way, you're going to be able to react to everything. You don't have many dead zones on Katars. So when I think of like attacks, your side light's horizontal, your end light's stacked and vertical, your down light's diagonal. There's nothing you can't punish when you're close to people. But when you're far away from people, you can't punish with Sair like Lance Sair. So that's something to keep in mind. So let's talk about the aerials. Now we talked about the grounded kit. We got neutral air. This is your anti-stacked option. Has tons of momentum. Can be a bait. It can be a combo starter too, just like a string starter. It used to have true combos out of it. It might have some niche true combos, but I'm not going to be going over them because they're not as useful. But strings like that, yeah, we're going to be talking about the surfboard string. But yeah, neutral air, really, really good. Again, anti-stack tool. It barely covers stack, so it does cover stack. You can kind of see it's on top of it there towards the end and towards the beginning on the first couple of hitboxes. It's stacked. You can even see like right here, it's stacked. You have side air, which also covers a little bit stacked, really big horizontal swipe. It's kind of, I like to call it like a, I don't want to swear on this channel, but I'm going to say B, and people know what I mean when I say a B slap. It's like that. And then you have your down air. So this is a diagonal string starter. It used to be a true combo starter, but you can go like there and like 2 dodge frames. I don't know exactly some of the exact frames, but I know it's not a true combo starter anymore. But yeah, 3 dodge frames. You could probably even get that down maybe on higher decks. Maybe Linfei goes down to 1. But it's a string starter diagonal punish. So if you're in the air and you want a string starter punish, you down air. And if you're a bit higher in the air, you also get a lot of momentum with the stair. Even on whiff, not a ton of momentum, but you're moving a lot. And if you have like low decks, you can just like dash away after. So it's a pretty quick move that's pretty hard to punish. So you could be like in neutral, can dare in the opposite way as like a bait or something like that. I've seen Guichibu spam dare on higher decks. Again, you're probably gonna need some higher dexterity. So we talked about Nair, Sarah, Dare. Let's talk about the recovery. This is your diagonal punish. This is also a good little like follow-up for kills. It's a combo starter into itself in white. As you can see, it's a string starter. It used to be a true combo starter. I think they removed that, but still, it's kind of good to go for it sometimes, these double recoveries, because they are pretty tight strings. But yeah, it's just your diagonal kill option. It's like any other recovery in the game. Pretty instant, pretty fast. Covers stacked as well, but not on the first couple hitboxes. Like, if you want to hit a stacked recovery, you're going to have to fall to the ground like that a lot. And then we have the ground pound. It's like another normal ground pound in the game. A little small. You can see the hitbox there. It's not the smallest thing in the world. It has some priority for sure. It's not a bad ground pound by any means, but not the most broken ground pound either. It's pretty mid for ground pounds, but it's not bad. Okay, now let's talk about how do you build up damage on Katars. So the true combo that you're going to need to know is 2. So there's side light, dash, down light. And you're going to want to dash it just for it to be more consistent. I'm actually screwing it up there. As you can see, side light, dash, down light. I'm going to turn on the controller input so you can see exactly what I'm doing. So side light, dash, down light. I use my left bumper to dodge and dash. You can use your triggers as well. Same thing. As you can see what I'm doing here. They are kind of dropped. Just picked up weird. But yeah, side light, down light. And then the other one is side light, neutral light. Now, you may be wondering, hey, cosolix, which one's better to go for? Well, neutral light, as you can see, 12 damage. Down light, 11 damage. If you want 1 damage more, you should end light. But it's also a bit less consistent. As you get into, like, later health and whatnot, the side light sends a little bit further away. So then you're going to have to, like, dash the end light or, like, chase dodge it, and then it's not true anymore because it's a bit of a tighter one. So if you want a more consistent true combo, side light, down light works at all health. So you can even see at the 150 mark, it still works. If I'm not bad, there we go. So side light, down light is just more consistent. I'd recommend that one first, just if you want to hit the true combo every single time without making the misinput. If you want to maximize on Katars, side light, end light at first, and then side light, down light later, when the side light, end light is harder to hit true. The end light will do a bit more damage, and also it leads into a down light, and it leads into a lot of others. So then you're in a really good advantage state position. You can even play for reactions. And you can do that with down light as well, but you're in a worse position for that. So let me show you what I mean. We're going to set the AI to dodge randomly. I'm going to do a side light, end light, and then how do they dodge? They dodge in, and then you can see me punishing. So side light, end light, how do they dodge? Away, then I nair. Okay, side light, end light, where they dodge, away, nair, try and go for the recovery. Side light, end light, where they dodging, down, go for it. Hit another true combo, dodged away. It's playing for reactions. So you do a true combo, then you don't do anything. You're in a really good position after the end light because of how high they are. They can't even wake up because you're like right below them. They could like do a down air, but they can't do a gravity cancel wake up very easily. But you can see, you go side light, end light. What do? Oh, they dodge. Okay, now they're off stage. Go for the Sarah. Okay, side light, end light. What do? Dodge away. Ooh. And you see what I mean. And then later in health, you can do the exact same thing with Katar down light. So when the end light doesn't really work, down light, oh, dodged in. Side light, down light, oh, dodge that way, dead. Okay, side light, down light, where are you dodging? Down, and you're dead. Okay, side light, down light, if I don't misinput it. It's a bit, again, it gets harder as health progresses because of the variable force, but it is a true combo. And then dead. And you can see what I mean. So our goal on Katars is to take a dodge, and then it's to react to it, and then hit them with a string. And Katars, there's so many strings. A lot of it kind of just flows. Like the dare flows. Let me turn off dodges. The dare flows into a side light really nicely. It can also flow into an end light even tighter. It can flow into a downer just as tight. Down light just as tight. You can go dare into side light, into end light, into D light, into Sair. You get what I mean. It's more like Scythe and these other high combo weapons where everything kind of just flows into each other. And to kind of practice that, you can practice the surfboard combo, which I'm doing right here. So I'll show you exactly what I'm doing here. Let me break this down in a minute. So it's a side light, then we're doing a dash down light true combo. So side light, dash down light. And then after the down light, I'm holding diagonally downwards while jumping. So it's down light, jump, dare. Down light, jump, dare. So you can see what I'm doing. Side light, down light, and then jump there. Reverse there. So it's side light, down light, reverse there. Side light, down light, reverse there. Side light, down light, jump, reverse there. Side light, down light, jump, reverse there. Side light, down light. You see what I mean? And that's a good way to just practice the strings on Katars. So like, let's say you do some true combo. They dodge down. Oh, oh. And then you hit them with the surfboard, and then you can do whatever you want after. So I'll just show you again. Let's say they dodge down. Side light, down light. Whoopsie. Side light, down light. Oh. You see what I mean? And then that's how dodge reads work, is just pay attention to how they're dodging and then string them until they get their dodge back, and then rinse repeat. And that's kind of all you need to know. So for example, let's say they are spot dodging. Oh, spot dodge. You see what I mean? And you can make up the strings kind of as they go. So again, down light. Oh, spot dodge. Yeah. So it's just reacting to these dodges. So side light, end light, oh, spot dodge, down light, recovery. That works later in health. So now let's talk about how do we kill. So we talked about these like combos and how they flow into each other. Like the air goes into down light, side light goes into D light as a true combo and whatnot. But later in health, down light and end light, they go into a jump recovery. So let me make sure they're not dodging. End light, jump recovery. Down light, you don't even need to jump to recovery. It doesn't really connect. But yeah, down light recovery is really tight, and end light recovery is also quite tight. They're both jumpable, but they're not like... Okay, one might not be jumpable if you catch a dodge. Let me see. It might not be jumpable. Yeah, that's not jumpable. Yeah. So if you catch a dodge, it's confirmed. These are confirmed because of how recovery picks up. It picks up vertically, so they try and jump out, and then sometimes they can, like it drops, but most of the time they can't if you're doing it properly. So, like, let's say, for instance, they are spot dodging, and you catch that. So we do a down light, spot dodge. Okay. They're jumping after it, too. End light, and then they all dodge. End light, they're going to dodge. End light again, and they can't get out. So it's a lot of like just paying attention to this dodge, just like that. And that's how you're gonna find the KOs. You can still go for some of these strings. It puts you in an okay position. Like you can go for this end light recovery even if they dodge out, and take that risk if you're in like gold or platinum. But once you start hitting diamond, your opponents are gonna start dodging out quite consistently. So I don't really recommend this combo. Try and pay attention to those dodges. But if not, like it can be worth it to go for it. Another thing you can do is do like some combo starter and then just like some sig. If you think they're going to be grounded, you can just go for the side sig. And like it's like this for a lot of other characters like Asuri and whatnot. Basically, this side light puts them on the ground. So it's really hard for them to even like, let's say I set the bot to, I don't know, dodge to the left. They might do a dash instead. See how they're barely doing that air dodge? If they delayed it by like 1 frame, they're landing and then they dash instead. They don't get iframes when they dash. So if you go for the side sig and then they like try and dash out, you can just, or side light, they try and dash out, then you go for a signature and whatnot. That's like a little other technique you can use to your advantage. But in all honesty, guys, all you need to know, the true combos, which we talked about, the string combos that kill, which we talked about, and the damage build up string of the surfboard. That's all you need to know with Katars. Now, the last little kit to your toolkit is there's a lot of videos on this channel that teach you how to approach and whatnot, and like talking about the reactive zone, the unreactable zone, and all that. I recommend watching those videos. But in general, what you do is stay a little bit far enough away from your opponent so you can avoid getting hit, as close to them as possible to pressure, and then you just hit them with a true combo. That's kind of all it is. Like, you can kind of just stay away and play patient, and then you just do the damage build up on Katars and whatnot. Let me play an experimental game. I know people don't love trying an experimental, but I'm just going to show you how easy it is to beat people, just with Katars in general. It's quite a fairly simple way to win, at least because it's very, like, consistent. I'll show you what I mean. I'm not trying to hate on Katars players. Super solid and fun weapon, but the way to win is through simplicity. Simplistic, yeah. We just gotta make the playstyle as simple and easy to follow as possible. You can take a look at how Stingray does it. STTP Wilson had some really good Katars back in the day. You'll just see these players are very consistent and it's easy. So like we're in neutral. Okay, I need to taunt. That's sick. So we're in neutral, you know. Oh, hit the combo. Oh, he dodges that way, and you can see the reaction right there. Oh, Sarah dodged in. Oh, true combo. Dodged up. Didn't get that down light. Got that nair. Okay. Just punish that. It's a lot of waiting and then punishing. Okay. Punished. Punished. I shouldn't have stared there. I was kind of guessing where he was going to be. I'm meant to be a down light. And no dodge. You can see I'm just reacting to that dodge. And you're in a really good position. Better on Katars than maybe any weapon in the game. Okay. Get a nair there. Get a nair there. I'm just using movement to avoid their attacks. Hit a combo. And they're giving out. It's that simple, really. I'm not kidding. So yeah. That's how you play Katars, folks. Is he gonna invite me to a lobby? I'm actually really curious. He just left. That's one of the weirdest experimental games I think I've ever played. Cool. Well, guys, that's how you play Katars. If you got any questions, let me know down below in the comments. I hope this video helped in some way, shape, or form. Subscribe for more, and we'll see you guys all later. Take care. Peace.